Hi everyone, it's Leanne from Rivo Creations, and thanks for joining me today. Now, I watched a great video last night, tucked up in bed. It was a bit of a cold night, and it was Wendy Mason's channel, and I have been watching her for a long time now. And she was doing something that was dear to my heart, and that was a time capsule, particularly of our grandchildren. I've only got one. I probably will only get one, but I have taken some photos and I have laminated them so that they are protected and looked after and very strong. If you go over to Wendy Mason's channel, you'll see she's doing a challenge on time capsule with a Facebook group. So if you follow along with her, she'll show you the tutorial. I'm going to take her idea, which I asked permission. I asked whether I could do it as well, and she said, of course. And I'm doing it my own way, of course. We all do it our own way. We take a brilliant idea and then we sort of do it to our satisfaction, the way we want it. In which case, I have no idea what I'm going to do. I am not going to do it Wendy's way because I've got 4x6 photos, which I like that size. That's my favourite size. There's my grandson. I'll give you a sneak peek. And I have one of his grandfather. I'll give you a sneak peek. And I have to get one of his grandmother, which is me, of course. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there'll be one more in there, and that'll be of me. Now, I'm not going to show you me. Okay, so what basically we want to do is make sure we have a little holder for these, or a folder actually, so something we can put in the time capsule. Now, she had an envelope and I'm going to decorate just an envelope. Matter of fact, I'm going to get it right now. I'll be straight back. Right, now I've got this DL size envelope, I think it is what they call it, letter size, whatever. Somehow I'm going to put that in it because those fit in there. It's like a pocket. They fit in there really well. Maybe the envelope's too tall, but at least they fit in there. I may introduce that into it, not sure. Now, I was thinking about one of these envelopes. This one's a great envelope. Our photos would fit into that size. And that would make, let me just see, this paper will wrap around it. No, it won't. Interesting. Let's try a smaller envelope. Maybe this is the same. May have to cut the paper to 12 inches. I know these photos are 6x4, so you've got room to move with a 6x4. So if we cut these envelopes down, let me just see the height on this one. We'll see this one's okay. It will fit the photos. So I may cut this down. Let's do that. We'll leave this side with the opening on it. Oh, some cotton there. Now, let me just, because I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, I've got all this cotton all over me on the sewing machine. Let me just see. Well, we want it 12 inches, don't we? Maybe a bit less. Because we want it to fit that paper and fold over. I think the best thing to do is fold our paper over first. Like this. to the next one. There we go. And let's do it to our last one as well, our baby. Now, I forgot to show you the paper, didn't I? I've got 3 sheets of 12 by 12 or 20 by 20 centimetre. And I've picked the baby boy one. This is Kaisercraft 12 by 12, the Peekaboo boy one. It's just got boy paper, I suppose, for boys. And I'm just going to fold all them. I'm going to put them in to one another. Now that's my folder. I want these to fit into my folder as well, so I wonder if one of these envelopes would be good. Let me just put it in. I'm just going to... Now this is all just guessed by me. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just going to go with my gut. And let's have a look. If we put our envelope there, we can open it up and take the time capsule things out. Right, now we want the cover, either the white one. I'm inclined to go with the white one. I don't know why. I just like the white one. Now this is going to be our cover. See, that fits really well. That direction, as you can see, is only, what's that, 1/4 of an inch there. And we need it to go the same as the top. So, very simple. Excuse me. We could cut a bit off there because I want it in line with that. First of all, we'll get the height. Let's put the height together. And we can cut it off there. Okay. And that will fit that as well. The envelopes, I'm pretty sure. Give me a look. Yes, it will. Now, to take it down there, we need to actually take that much off the envelope. Is that right? Well, I think so. Let me have another go. Yep, just on the other side of that. Is this confusing? It's confusing for me. I don't know what I'm doing. All I'm doing is not that end, but the other end. Take some off it. So when we refold it, I've got a bit of a frog in my throat today. Yeah, we'll take that much off. When we, while I'm here, I'll take the top off this. Like this. Where is it? Just there. Okay. There we go. Nope, didn't work. There we go. It worked. I'm just going to get rid of that frog. So our envelope still fits in. Okay. Now we've got this envelope, and we need to realign it because we took about 1/4 of an inch off. So let's try and get it even again, like this. There we go. Now let's see how we go. Fingers crossed. So put that in there. Right. Height's not too bad. The width's pretty good too, I think. Let me have a look. Hard to tell. Right, we may need to take a tiny bit more off, but I think we can do that at the end. Okay, so this is going to be our booklet cover. So I'm going to take that off. We've got our envelope and our pictures, that's fine. And this is going to be our booklet inside. So we'll have 2 pages. There we go. Okay, we can put that to the side. Now, decorating this, you can do lots of things. You can machine sew it, you can glue it, you can do almost anything you want. I am going to glue it. I don't know why that does not fit that. We're going to have to take some more off. What I will do is, if I open up these both and I glue it down to this edge first, and then we can refold it, can't we? And we'll have to do the same to our things. Okay, so we're just going to have to go for it and not worry about it. You can use double-sided tape, glue. You could use almost anything you wanted. I'm just going to put this tacky glue quickly down. And I'm just going to start it off. Okay, I'm going to start it off here, right on the edge, if I can get it. Come on, Leanne, you can do it. Like that. Okay, that's a good start. That is pretty paper, isn't it? Yeah, it is. It really is pretty. Okay, let's start gluing. There we go. Let's continue. Okay. Nothing's ever straight when you work with paper. It's a fine line. Okay. Okay. There we go. Now just treat this as one piece of paper. Now we do have to trim it off. I got my measurements mixed up. That's what happens when you don't plan anything. Things can go wrong. Okay, so let's move along to this part of it. Okay. We've taken that more off our envelope. And let's just see how the edges are going. The edges are fine. I'm not that good with my classes, but we do need to let that dry a little bit. Just get my roller because I'm just going to make sure it's all closely just there. There's a touch. Just a touch there. I'm not going to worry about it. Alright, the neighbours are bringing in the garbage. That's good. Don't know how many times we've done it for them. Really, they're bringing it in for me, actually. Probably because they know I'm in a wheelchair. Okay. There we go. So there's the start of our book. So let's let it dry. Now I'm going to go to the next step, but I will be right back. Alright. I've got this 12 by 12 or 20 by 20. And I have actually put my envelope in the middle of it. And I've just divided it in three. I brought the bottom up and then I put the top down. It looks like sort of like an envelope. I'm just going to try something. I don't know whether it'll work because I haven't done it before. But I'm just going to make an envelope sort of top. I'm just going down to that first line that I creased. Now, I didn't measure anything, so just go for it. So we have that, and then that can go over the top like an envelope, like that. And I was thinking about gluing this in, this envelope in. So I've got in the middle there. Got our envelope. And that's how it looks in there. Well, that's not too bad. It's okay. I mean, these ends aren't perfect, but it looks like an envelope, doesn't it? Yeah. Or the other thing we can do is make sure the paper goes to that. Let's try that. Yes, I know. Let's try and make it the same size. So we'll put it right on the edge. Let's take it up till there. Is that right? Yes, that's right. There we go. Now let's put down our envelope top. We'll have to adjust that to about there. Excuse me. Same as here. Give it about a tiny bit of 1/8 of an inch gap. Just here, 1/8 of an inch. Now let's fold it over and see if we've done it a bit better than we did. And we have. So that's a better fit, isn't it, for the envelope? Perfect on these sides here. Okay, so we've made that into an envelope. So we really want to glue that down there to be a part of this envelope. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll start with the flaps. Let me just see if they're all even first. Let's really give it a crease down. Now let's just glue it down, those flaps. There we go. That one's flat as a tack. Let's do this one as well. Don't need much glue, but you do need it to settle down flat. I'm going to use my nails, because the more you flatten this down, the more it looks nice. Okay, well that's not too bad. Okay, the next step was to put our envelope in. Take our photos out. Right. And just see where this goes. I think it goes there, doesn't it? Where does it go? Okay, so it goes there. So let's give this a really good press down, because I'll just get a bone, one of those. Let's just press it right down. Let's make sure that our envelope's secure in there properly. Then we can fold our envelope down. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. Okay. So I think we can just glue it straight down. Or should we put something there? No, I think we can just glue it straight down. We can decorate it later on. Oops, went over the page there. Okay, so let's just do this for our photos. Right. Okay. Oops. Now be careful how you put it down. It is very... Put it down in the middle, but I'm going to take it to the just 1/8 of an inch from the top first, because that's where I want it to sit. I can readjust the bottom, but not the top. So that fits pretty good there. There we go. Giving it enough on the sides. So we've done our envelope. There it is there. Stuck it in. And now we all have to do is move this paper up to the very top. And we'll see if we need to adjust it. Probably not. That's pretty good. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, so when we open it up, we have our photos in there. Let's put our photos. Put them in there, put them in there. And then we can cover that and cover that. There we go. And that worked really well. Well, I'm happy with that. Alright, we can get back to that another time. Let's get back to our envelope. Oh gosh, let's see if our envelope fits into this envelope. I think the height is fine. So all I'll do is I will turn it over, make sure it lines up with the other one, like that, so it's perfect. And then you start from the middle and then you go out, like that. Same as this side. Start from the middle and just go out, work out. That really helps the paper. Start from the middle, go out. Okay. And as you can see, there it is. Let's see if our envelope now fits in. Oh, it does. It fits in perfectly. And there's our bigger envelope, which we do not have to put in a folio because this is sort of my folio. So if we put that in the middle, for instance, we can glue that down, but I'm not going to. Now I've got our other, well, I'm not sure yet. We've got our piece of other paper that almost fits in there. I think it can have a few mil taken off, about 2 mil taken off. So I think that there's our folio or our, excuse me, yes, our folio, and then we've got one piece, and then we've got our envelope. Well, actually, that right in there, we need to put more paper into this, like a booklet. I'm going to cut that down like a booklet, and I'm going to add 1 or 2 more sheets of paper, and we'll have our envelopes either in the front or the back, probably the front. And we can have that open and something go into that as well. Something like that. Maybe. Not sure. Maybe that can be sewn in to our folio here. Our envelope can be sewn in. And then, I'm not sure yet. We'll have to think about that because I haven't done this before. But we do want to make a booklet inside our folio. And that is very, very sweet. Unless we put our photos in here. Let me just see. And it won't fit. That's okay. It's just very, 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 very even. So we won't do that. Well, can open that up. You can put the flap on that. Let me have a look at that. That looks quite different. So we could put that in there to strengthen the opening. And we'll have to open that up. And that's inside of our envelope. We open that flap, that flap, that flap. Our photos are inside. So it'll go something like that. I'm wondering if we can do something with this. We could make that a part of the opening, couldn't we? So that would be stuck down there. We open that up, and there's our... Now that would look nice. Now if I could get some more paper that and put it perhaps on this, it wouldn't look so... Yeah. That may be something to go down, that track. Very nice. Now, we need a booklet. I think I'll cut that a little bit smaller. I'll take a tiny bit off this end, and I'll take a tiny bit off the top and bottom, or just one edge, of course. Ah, something's biting me. I wish I could get rid of this frog in my throat. Oh, gosh. Now let's pull that aside and have a look at some more paper for the baby boy. My baby boy. That's a nice one, just with the letters on it. It's got the alphabet or letters all over the place. It's quite pretty. I like it. So let's just fold that over as well. put this together like that, and then we'll cut it. I'll just move this over. I think I'm complicating everything. I'm not sure. I like it so far. So Wendy in a video said you open it up, give it to the kids, but you open it up in 5 years' time. Well, that is a very good idea. Right, taking a bit off the top, and I want to take a tiny bit off this edge, maybe 1/4 inch. Okay. Well, I just have to cut that. Okay. Now, I'm not sure why Wendy cut out a little book. She'll either tell us in another video, or we'll have to go over and have a look in the Facebook group. That's if we can get in. But I assume that was for writing stuff down at the time, or some little photographs, paintings, you know, stuff like that you could stick in there. So that would be good too. I'm just going to take this out at the moment, and I'm going to turn over this folio and have a look where we're at. Right, that's well and truly inside. So we use these pieces of paper for putting some drawings, or even their hands if they're young, like my grandson's only 10 months old. So we could dip his feet or his hands in some paint. That might be ideal. Write something about him. He says mum an awful lot, and dada. He says nana too, and he does say his pop's name as well. But that would fit there very well. So I think that's what we'll do. Now, how are we going to tie it in? Well, we can do lots of things. We can machine sew it, which I'm not in favour of doing. My machine is a terrible, terrible cheap machine, and I only use it for doing little ephemera and that. I don't use it. I try not to use it for the big stuff. So what we could do is sew that in. And then we've got this. And if I get some more paper like that, that would be nicely covered there. So it'd look one whole thing. So all you do is open that flap, and there's the photos inside. That looks like a really good idea. Let's continue on with that. I'll see if I've got any more paper like that. Get my folder, oh yes we do. Thank God. I was thinking we didn't have any. There we go, we've got one sheet left of that. Excuse me. Now let's remove those pieces. And we want just a strip there. So if we let me just see. You know what? It's best to do it this way. I've seen people do this. They put it there and then they just draw it. Let's do that. And I can't see a damn thing. Let me see. Right, it goes there. Goes around there. There. Let me have another go at this. Why is that so hard to see? I can cut it when I cut it. Okay. Right, let's cut that out. Okay. So, let's cut out what we just drew. And we can always trim it up when it's on there, so don't panic about it. It's a beautiful day in Sydney, Australia. The elections are on, if you've been following them, which I do. I follow very much on a daily basis. And it's been fantastic. Whoever you barrack for, whoever you vote for, I should say, not barrack. Now, we will see how this government gets on. Nope, goes on the outside. See, I did the wrong thing. Lucky I brought that envelope back. See, so if we do that, it'll look like one whole strip, and then you can just open it that way. And we will do something to that inside. Yeah, we'll see how we go. Okay, so we're going to glue this on. So the elections are coming in, ooh, how many days? 15 days? And I've already postal voted. 1.4 million people would have estimated already pre-voted with pre-polling and postal votes. Can you imagine that? That people are ready to vote. Well, I've never seen people so enthusiastic about voting before. They must want a change in government, or they're angry. I'm not sure. It'll be interesting to see. Of course, I want Bill Shorten to return or to become the next Prime Minister. Because we need a change. We definitely need a change. Right, I can see there's a problem. So I'm going to put some more glue down here. It's dried out. So, and it dries out pretty quick if you don't use it. And we need to leave a gap right there. So don't forget to leave that gap. Less than 1/8 of an inch, probably a 1/16 of an inch. Not much, just enough for it to bend. Like that. Okay, and then all we have to do is trim off the excess. I'm a bit out of sorts. That's because I can't see. I'm just going to move the light around a little bit. There we go. Right, now, careful how you trim, Leanne. Trim properly. Okay, so I'm going to be very, very careful how I trim. Okay, so those elections, they've had 3 debates. I'm not sure whether any of you watched them, but I do watch them. I'm intrigued if my side does well, and they have done very well. I'm just going to see if I've got this properly. It's very hard to see. Boy, I can't get rid of that frog in my throat. Okay, so how are we going here? Right. So let's just have a look at our envelope. Goes this way, does it? Yes, it does. Goes this way. So let's just see and check it out. Okay, so that really goes okay. It could have went back a little bit more, couldn't it? But that's all right. It looks fine. It might need a tiny bit more. Tiny bit under the bottom here. It's up a tiny bit. Put a tiny bit down the bottom here, like that. And that works pretty good. Okay, so I'm thinking about taking this off. Putting that there against it. Have to be even. Let me see how we're going. No, it's got to come back that way. It's about there. That's got to come about there. Now, that went really well. So there's the front. So that went really well. I'm happy with that. I'm wondering if we fold that, would that look nice? Let me just see. Oh, I think it might. So on the corners here, you neither cut that off or fold it. I'm going to fold it. It'll just add a little bit of strength. So let's fold it as best as we can get it over. Hold it down for a few seconds. Give it a roll, because that will help it. Oh, doesn't that look good? Nice sharp edge there. Okay, let's do this one. Put some extra glue on it. Let's fold it over. Hold it down. Give it a roll. Right. I think that worked really well. Okay, so there's a nice sharp edge. Right there. Right there. That looks good. I just see a little gap here. Let's just fill it. Sometimes you can't get into the very edge lines of the paper. Give it a roll. Okay, so I'm happy with that so far. Like that. The only other thing is, if we open this up, we can stick some secret papers in there. Look at that. Ooh! Or we can glue this down. Like that. Right. So there's a lot involved in that. So we can glue that down, or we can just open it up and put some extras in there. I'm thinking about leaving it as an option. You never know, you might want to put something in there. Right, I'm just going to open it up and have a look at this part. Oh, excuse me. Now, where's my paper I cut off? Oh, they're envelopes. Here it is. Now I'm thinking about this. Now we can leave that there. We can cover that as well. But we can also cover this last page, one-on-one. Or we can leave it as, and we can journal in there. There's so much, you know, you could do, but I'm not sure about doing them. Let me just see. Could stick a nice photo in there on that, couldn't you? Just one there. Okay, we'll put it in while we're here. Okay, so that goes there. Right, so if we put a sheet here, right, the ends there. And there. Okay, leave that to the side. Okay, now where do we want? We want to take a piece off here. And we want to take it there. Okay, let's see if that will work. Okay, let's bring our folder back in. Let's see how that goes. Right. Oh dear, I cut it to the envelope size. That's a shame. I meant to cut it to the paper, but that's all right. Let's see how that goes. Well, that's fine by me. We can leave the little gap, it won't matter. Oh. Right, sorry. There was a noise. there was a large noise out the front. I had to go and see. Sorry about that. Okay, let's get back to our gluing. Okay. Okay, let's go. I'm sorry about that skating off, but it scared the hell out of me. I had to go check it out. Okay, it's not too bad. There we go. So we've got that. I need more glue, so I'm going to have to fill that up. So we've got that. And then when we open it, we've got that right there, which is quite pretty. We could decorate this in here. I was right. It was the, I thought there was someone out the front that scared me, and then around the back. It's the gas man. I'm going to have to go and see him. I'll be right back when I pause this. Sorry about that. It was the gas man with our bottle. Or my bottle. Okay, so we got up to that. I think that we should leave that now. This video has gone on a long time and I don't want you to get bored. So I'll do one more video with it, figure out some stuff. I have to collect some stuff for my grandson. Now I will have him here this weekend, so hopefully, I've been told we possibly could have him, or I have him. And just wondering though about this side here. I wonder if I should put that there. It's going to have this, look, it's going to have this paper here. It's going to have that envelope, so it's going to look like this. And what we need is a pocket for paper and colouring in and all that sort of thing. So I'll leave that open there for stuff. I'm going to sew that in, but I really don't believe we need any more of this. But I don't know. Anyway, I'll think about it. And that's what it's going to look like. That's a time capsule. Now, we could put that in another envelope to protect it and write the date on it, and that's what I might do. Open up a certain date in 5 years' time. It sounds really good, doesn't it? And that's what we might do. So, I've got my photos in there. I've got to take one more of myself with my grandson. Download it. I've got to sew that in. I'm going to find some stuff that he's done, or we've bought him, or I've bought him, and we can stick that maybe in an envelope, another white one, like this, and we could put the date and that on it, put it inside of it. It won't fit in that, will it? No, we've tried that, didn't we? Because that's what I was going to do in the first place. No, I have to get a bigger envelope, or we could stick it in, I'm sorry, this way. Yes, I think that's what we'll do. And we'll glue it up, and then we'll write on it, and then we'll put it up, and then that could be the time capsule with the name of my grandson on it. That's what I might do. Yep, I might do that. So, wait for the next video. We'll finish that off, and then we'll have some few things we can add to it. And there you go, Bob's your uncle. Okay, so until I see you next time, bye for now, everyone.